That song never gets old. I like that song a
No,
lot.
I really like that intro.
Whoa. So much that I'm bouncing my desk. What's up, y'all?
So Jordan,
Hello.
it's a big week in wargaming.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Why is that? This is the week of the largest wargaming convention in North America.
What?
It's Gen Con.
Oh.
Gen Con. The Geneva Convention.
The Geneva Convention. Well, I don't think we abide by that in Warhammer. If I had to guess.
This is the in 1968.
Mhm.
And this matters. I'll show you why this matters. In 1968, might have been 67. One Ernest Gary Gygax started the Lake Geneva Wargaming Convention, later to be called the Geneva Convention, and now Gen Con. Was started with him and his wargaming group, the Tactical Studies Association, which later became
Dungeon Daddy, right?
Tactical Studies Rules, and then TSR Inc. and Dungeon Daddy. A little gaming magazine called The White Dwarf started in England, and were the exclusive vendor of Dungeons and Dragons in England, and an exclusive manufacturer of Ral Partha and TSR miniatures. And they later went on to make a game that we like that we're going to talk about today.
What game are we talking about today?
Necromunda. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Necromunda.
I don't either.
Seems cool. I buy the minis a lot for kit bashing. I don't use them for playing Necromunda though, for sure.
I would like to play some Necromunda. It really seems like Necromunda and Frostgrave and Warcry are really like more up my alley than like 40k, and yet I still insist on playing 40k.
Yeah, I'm finding it harder and harder these days to like play multiple games. And so,
like in a day or just period?
Just
multiple different games. I understand.
Yeah. Multiple, like playing AOS and 40k, and I want to play more Shatterpoint, and I want to play what's the card game? The Star Wars card game?
Unlimited.
Unlimited. That's the one. What is Destinies? I don't know what that is.
Destinies is the old dice game.
Oh, weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was It was a Star Wars dice game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Force and Destiny. I don't know, because there's Force and Destiny is the role playing supplement for the Clone Wars era or pre Clone Wars era Jedi, I think. Mm-hmm. And then they have a dice game that's named like the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, anyway, we're here to not talk about any of those games. We're here to talk about our good buddy Warhammer 40,000. So, some pretty big updates came out today, involving Genestealer Cults and Sisters. The erratas for those came out. Let me move some stuff over real quick. Okay, we can go back now. Alright, so the erratas came out, and in my personal opinion, Genestealer Cults are back on the menu.
Hell yeah. Because they were pretty low. Like, look, I don't really like vibe by too many of the like tier lists, you know. Like Auspex Tactics and whoever else will do their tier lists.
Everybody has like their own different tier lists, and I don't know. None of them ever end up accurate.
Well, none of them ever end up accurate, and none of them ever match either, yeah. Which is kind of funny.
Like, and I also just don't know if I care, right? Like,
no.
I don't play in enough tournaments to care like what the competitive viability of an army is.
Well, and I think we've talked about that too behind the scenes with Slam Sector, that like we really lean away from any of that. But the fact of the matter is, like, how good an army is also kind of influences how flexible you can be with, like,
Right.
you know,
And that's
um,
kind of where I land on it. Is I like being able to put an army on the table and not feeling bad about playing that army.
right, right. But also you want to, like, but the same thing's true on the other end, right? Like, you want to be able to put an army on the table and not feel like your opponent's having an awful time.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is like, we've seen it a lot on the channel where you'll just crush whoever you're playing against, or you'll get absolutely crushed by whoever you're playing against.
Yep.
You know, you play enough games of 40K, and that's going to happen, where just you have unfun games.
Yeah.
So getting in a game like 40K, getting balance right is like so important.
It's hard, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredibly important, not only for like the competitive health of the game, but for the casual health of the game. So let's look at some of the things that changed with Genestealer Cults. The biggest, huge fucking change was Cult Ambush got updated. So if you're not familiar with what Cult Ambush is, it lets you, whenever a unit that has the ability dies, you roll a die, and on a 4-up, you get to put a blip that represents that unit on the board somewhere 9 inches away from an enemy, and that unit goes into what's called Cult Ambush, which is like a different kind of reserves, basically. And so that unit can then come back in your opponent's following movement phase. They used to have to come in on the blip. Wherever you place that blip, they have to come on to one of those blips, and your opponent could move closer to the blips and basically delete it. That is no longer the case. So now, the way that it works is you can do all of that, or instead of doing that, just in your next movement phase, you can deep strike that unit that's in Cult Ambush.
Well, but only if it has the deep strike ability, right?
Which everything in GSC does.
Which everything in GSC does.
I think the only thing that this would not apply to is bikes. Bikes still need blips.
Okay. But like aberrants have deep strike?
Yeah, every like Genestealer Cult infantry does.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rad. I mean, like, that makes sense. I just didn't realize that. Holy shit.
Yeah. But bikes have their like own weird tricks as far as like coming in from Cult Ambush and stuff.
Okay, but they can't do that. So, like, let's say you're playing GSC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing Death Watch. I kill a unit. Remember that army Death Watch used to exist? And then I go clear that blip, right? I uppy downy with my Phobos squad, clear that blip.
Can't do that. Fun fact.
What do you mean?
You can't deep strike in to kill a blip. Deep striking in doesn't kill the blips anymore. They fixed that a while. They fixed that like after our game.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They fixed that a while ago.
Because we played all those games. We played all those games on Tabletop Sim, and that's what I was doing a lot in Tabletop Sim. Okay, that's funny. I haven't played. I literally have played Death Watch once.
Since then,
maybe twice since our on.
That was like over a year ago, wasn't it?
It was. It'll be.
It was close to a year ago.
Yeah, it'll be a year ago in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it was the end of August. Okay, so I move a unit to clear your blip.
Sure.
Does that then does stop you from deep striking?
Nope. Sure doesn't.
No, then you could just deep strike.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
I don't need blips. Blips don't do anything. I can take a blip. When I get a blip, I just stick it in the back corner of the board, and I don't care about it anymore. It's wild. I might as well just like not bring blips to the game, because there's no point. They just go into deep strike. It's not totally awful, right? So the blips, they basically, now what they do is let you free rapid ingress. That's basically what they do now.
Okay.
So it's not like they're totally useless. It's, I think, going to depend a lot on when the unit that goes into ambush dies. Like if it's on your turn or your opponent's turn. But now, if essentially, the blips are teleport homers, right?
Okay. So previously, so now you need sorry. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because it's just the two of us today, so we can get more granular. But also because I know not all of our fans play Genestealer Cults, and knowing your enemy is the best way to fight your enemy. You still have to do the 5-up though to get the deep strike.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
4 up? 5 up? 5 up, 4 up. Yeah, depending on what turn it is. But yeah,
Okay,
you have to
cool.
get the roll.
Cool. All right. Okay, so that's not awful. It's not automatic. It's not automatic. You get the unit back.
It's not like a unit dies and then it just immediately goes into deep strike.
Okay, cool.
You still have to
Cool,
do
cool,
the
cool.
roll to like put them in cult ambush.
I scared myself on that one a little bit.
No, so you still have to do the roll. Yeah, so on a 5 up, it adds, or it goes into the thing. Wait. Oh, adding 1 to the result of his first second battle round. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So on a 5 up, 4 up on turns 1 and 2. Whatever unit it is goes
so
into
it's
cult ambush.
easier to bring them back earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to also be easier to bring them back if they were battle line, but they took that out. Ugh!
I thought it was battle line. It was almost automatic before. Or
At the beginning of the edition, it was, yeah. It was like on a 2 up, I think.
Man, both of our armies were nuts at the beginning of the edition.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, now the way it works is unit dies, you roll. On a 5 up, they go into cult ambush. You put a marker on the board. You can either on your opponent's turn use that marker for basically a free rapid ingress, or on your turn deep strike them.
Cool.
So that's pretty rad. That gives GSC a lot more objective play, I think. Blips were really hard, not only to get, but also to like use with kind of the way that they worked.
Well, it's still kind of hard with the bikes, right? Like, don't you have to get in real close with the bikes, or did they make some sort of rule?
No, the bikes are still weird.
Okay.
They like fixed how you can place the bikes, because before they FAQ'd it, you straight up couldn't put a full like 10-pack of bikes around a blip and have them fit in the range. You can now.
There's a bike detachment, right?
Yeah, the Outrider something or another.
Is it what? It's bikes and
it's all vehicles.
Bikes and the
vehicles and bikes.
All vehicles. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I talk about it a few times, but one of my favorite little tricks that people are talking about doing is taking the Benefictus, who is like the new Psyker that has a las cannon brain.
Mm-hmm.
You just take 3 of them solo and you put them all inside a rock grinder. And now you just have a rock grinder full of las cannon brains. And also there's an enhancement in that detachment that lets you increase the ballistic skill of whatever weapon you're shooting with firing deck. And so here's some 2-up las cannon brain.
That's so cool. That's rad.
It's hilarious. It's like, I don't think good, but it's funny.
No. But who cares? Who cares? I would love to do a Mad Max like GSC army.
Yeah. I have like enough bikes to take one big 10-pack. I have more that I just haven't painted yet, but
I've built. Well, yeah. You've got the issue of having to kit bash all those.
Yeah.
Bikes too. Like if I was doing a Mad Max, like I don't really have to do anything to make a Mad Max. They're already.
Yeah, like, they already like just look like that.
Yeah.
This is all.
I might want to do a noise marine on top of a rock grinder for the guitar guy from Fury Road.
Oh, the Doof Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the big updates that I like a lot is this. They started highlighting things that were like old revisions.
Oh, a text highlighted applies to old. Oh, how weird.
So like this was a revised rule, but it's an old revised rule. This is things that like just now updated.
So this change on page 79 is neither highlighted nor red. So what's the change there?
The whole thing. The whole thing is changed.
Oh, just the whole thing is different. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's an existing change.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just where they edited words, they
highlight
it.
So but that's the only change. Oh no, there's this other page for metamorphs.
Yeah. So this is like a less big change, but also good. So previously this rule, you've played against World Eaters pretty regularly, so you're familiar with their like blood search thing.
Mm-hmm.
So hybrid metamorphs had an ability that was similar to that, where a model dies, you can move d6 inches closer to whatever shot them. It used to be where you could take it a flat 6 move instead of a d6 move if every model in the unit was equipped with a pistol instead of a hand flamer. The problem was that meant you couldn't take a Colt icon because the icon replaces the pistol. And so you would lose the d6 move. So now it's just you can't have any hand flamers instead of everyone having to be pistols.
D6 move.
So you can still have the Colt icon and do the flat 6 move now.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty rad. Cool. Tournament Companion, I actually haven't really looked at this much. I might do that last.
We don't have to talk about Sisters.
I honestly don't know enough about
Sisters.
Like, I don't know what this used to be. The Devout Fanaticism stratagem.
Whatever it was, it would have been
your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot.
Okay, whatever that means, rad.
I don't know what it said before.
Rad.
Oh. I feel like
I think you and I will both.
Was kind of big, but I don't remember.
You and I will both inevitably play Sisters, but
I have like pieces of a Sisters army that I just haven't put together yet.
Well, I've wanted a Sisters like supplement for my Templars because it feels thematic.
Yeah.
Just like modeling wise.
Hey.
And now that
the Agents of the Imperium, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Now that Imperial Agents is a thing, I can like I have an excuse to buy the like organ tanks and stuff.
1 second.
Oh. Look, guys, if you're enjoying us here on the Slam Sector, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. And you know what? If you want some of this awesome Slam Sector merch that Jordan and I are both totally wearing right now, you can check that out somewhere down in the description. I think maybe Teespring.
I'm wearing merch.
Yeah, me too. Is our
it's Star Wars merch.
Teespring? Where's our merch store?
Yeah, it's Teespring. I don't know if they call it that anymore. Their branding is confused.
I'm sure it's in the description.
It is, yeah.
Okay. You can get one of these wonderful little Slam Sector tactical dice pouches. I promise you, they're bigger in person. This one's so small because it's.
Should we make miniature ones that you can put on your models?
Dude, that'd be really. Okay, hold on. I think Slambo needs one.
Slambo needs a tactical dice pouch. Oh shit! All right. Yep.
Slambo and Daniel need a tactical dice.
Daniel lives in a tactical dice pouch dimension.
Daniel is a animate tactical dice pouch.
True.
His mouth is just a
zipper mouth. All right, cool. So, kind of moving on from GSC stuff. If anybody can tell us what this shit means, it would be rad because I don't know what this used to say.
But only tell us if it's like a big deal. If it's like just fixing...
I don't think Wahapedia has been updated, has it?
No. Like since the Sisters Codex or since this?
Yeah. Oh, it has.
Since this, it for sure hasn't. But
since I didn't know that it got updated for the Sisters Codex. So I can actually just go look at what it is. Devout Fanaticism. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot. Okay?
It affects one
your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot. Rad. It probably has been updated.
I mean, I suppose if it's a one-word change, it's not that hard, right?
But it's not. It's the same. Just after an enemy unit has shot.
No, but I'm saying they might have changed that. Like, they might have changed that today.
Oh, Wahapedia might have updated.
Yeah, because it's a one-word change. It's not like they have to, like, rewrite anything.
Did it say shit? Okay. Did it say after an enemy unit has
shit?
Yeah,
shit. After they've shit.
Cool. Rad. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I would love to know. All right. So I kind of read this, but I don't fully like. Does this mean that it's basically a revert of the change, except to walkers?
Each time, okay, so each time, well, so this is talking about pivots, and then it's saying,
No, this isn't pivots.
well,
This
no, no,
is
no. I'm saying
this is
this
this.
the paragraph's talking about pivots.
No, no, no. The paragraph's talking about this. Basically, just saying you can move through that gap even if your wings are going through walls and shit like that.
But walkers can't.
Well, excluding vehicle models that do not have the walker keyword.
Oh,
So it seems like vehicles can't do this anymore.
well, I can't think of a case where a vehicle would be able to get through there. Well, I guess like the impulsor overhangs the, right? I guess it's talking about like hover tanks and stuff that overhang their base.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I can think of, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense, right? Because the idea is if it's a hover tank, it's not that high off the ground, right? Like it's
Yeah.
in scale of the game, it's a couple feet off the ground, couple meters off the ground, whatever. So
I
like
guess
that makes sense.
it accounts for things that have like significantly smaller bases than the model, like the Drukhari
Right,
boats and stuff.
right,
Um,
right, right.
so
Or
yeah.
like moving an impulsor sideways, because hypothetically you can move an impulsor sideways, right? Like,
Yeah,
or like a
I guess.
gladiator. Well, you
without
don't want to
without
pay.
having to pivot.
Yeah, because you don't want to
Yeah.
pay for the pivot. You don't want to pay the pivot tax,
Yeah.
right? So you're just like, oh, I'll keep moving them the way they're going. But
Yeah.
now this forces you to pay the pivot tax as part of that
Speaking of the
movement.
pivot tax,
Hell yeah,
we got
we all
a
love
we
we
got a
love the pivot.
table. We got folks, if you're an Excel nerd, we got a pivot table.
Okay, I think there was a table before, to be fair, but I think there was only 2 lines on the table.
I don't know if I would call that a table.
Right, but it was. I'm saying it was formatted like this.
Now that
It
there's
was
more
only
things, now it's a real table. Pivot table, baby.
sure. Oh, it was. Because I remember seeing it and going, "Why did you make that a table? Like, it's a yes or no. Like, it's an if then
Yeah.
statement. You don't need a table for that."
So aircraft models, 0 inches. That makes sense.
That's the same. That didn't change.
Yeah. I'm just going through the table.
Well,
Vehicle models. What up?
it is weird that like this whole table's highlighted because not all of it is a change. Because before it said excluding aircraft models, but now they just included aircraft models on the table. But it's not actually a change. But it's highlighted
Actually, it
in
has an
red.
asterisk now. I don't know if it had that asterisk before.
Sure.
um, but yeah, vehicle models on a round base that is wider than 32mm with a flying stem or hover stand. Get fucked, Drukhari boats. Get fucked.
Well, that's also like impulsors, gladiators.
Yeah, but those matter
Right.
less.
Sure.
This matters more. They should get rid of pivot altogether. Now, what do you mean by that? Because
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Like, well, because also rules is written, right? Like, so the reason aircraft models have that asterisk is because aircraft models have to pivot at the start or end of a move only.
Yeah, they have their own special
Yeah.
rules for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's like so. Like pivoting has always been a rule. It's this pivot value that's new.
Yeah.
Right?
The AdMech flyers used to be able to pivot like multiple times during their move. It was pretty rad.
Well, which makes sense because they're like flappy.
They're Flappy Birds. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not really like they're aircraft, but they're not really aircraft.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to know what you mean by get rid of pivot, because I mean, I guess a lot of people were just ignoring it to begin with. People were just rotating their vehicles willy-nilly without paying for it, even though you're supposed to. But the way that it worked before, rules as written, was a pain in the ass. So I like this a lot better than the way it used to be.
Sure. But do you like this better than what it was prior to them introducing pivot value?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The way that you had to do it prior to like pivot values existing was a pain in the ass. But it from what I was just like reading on the internet and shit, it seems like most people just ignored movement for turning anyway.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I did. I did. Like for sure. Like I didn't even think about it. No, it was never a thought that crossed my mind. Right. Like I just moved, like measured where I was moving, and treated it like a fucking Space Marine, because Space Marine doesn't matter how many times you pivot it, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, it's like not something that I paid attention to until I got called out about it at a tournament, like at the beginning of 9th edition.
Sure.
And then he like explained it to me, and I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, and I will be honest, I don't know that I'll pay attention to it at all.
Yeah.
Like, just because I've never thought about it. So until someone calls me out on it,
I'm gonna call you out.
And that's like not me. That's not me being malicious or anything. But like, I play way less games of 40K than the rest of y'all. You know, I haven't. The last game of 40K I played was Templars versus Orcs Horde mode.
Yeah.
So.
Warpsmith don't have to pivot.
Yeah.
Excluding monster and vehicle. Oh,
yeah.
They have to
so
pay an
Warpsmith
inch
has
to
to
pivot.
pivot. That's so funny.
This should exclude infantry.
Because they're on a cavalry base. Yeah.
Yeah. This should exclude infantry. Wild.
Oh God.
That's so dumb. Yeah, that means the Arquebus Scutari have to do that too.
Is that the
like sniper rifle? Yeah, they're also on a. No.
Oh yeah, because they got the tripod.
Yeah, it's actually it's a monopod.
The monopod, yeah.
Yeah. So they have to pay to pivot.
That's so
dumb.
funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you take that Warpsmith model and you convert it to an Imperial Tech Marine, you don't have to pivot it. I have it on good authority that model does not have to be on that cavalry base.
Yeah?
You could just put it on a 40mm base. It's fine.
It fits. Whose authority?
Well, only if you make it an Imperial Tech Marine. But what I'm saying, like, there's no reason for it to have that cavalry base, right? Like, it'll fit on a 40mm base.
Oh, taking Warpsmith and putting it as a tech. Gotcha. Yep, I'm following now. I'm tracking.
But also, like, I don't know.
So
why
the authority
GW
of the Emperor. Copy.
Yeah, the authority of the Emperor. I don't know why GW gave it a cavalry base, because it doesn't need it. Like,
because he's got a cape, I guess. I don't know.
I'm curious how old that model is, because I don't know, and I know you don't know either. Like, you and I both.
I think it came out during 9th edition. It came out in the. Oh God, what Eldritch Omens? Is that what that box was called? Yeah, he came out in this box.
Oh, you're right. Rad. So why is it on a cavalry base? That's so strange.
Because he's long, I guess. You could still put him on. You could still put him on a circle base. So it's silly that they didn't.
It's of the era. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like weird. Like, it's of the era where that sort of model would have been on a 40mm base.
Yeah.
Like tech.
I don't know. It's weird, but what are you gonna do? G-Dub's gonna G-Dub. This should definitely exclude infantry, though. This is very silly.
Well, but okay, so if you exclude monsters, vehicle, and infantry, though, what's left? Cavalry?
Cavalry, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just say mounted. You should say mounted units that are not on a round base.
Casey, I understand, but I have one on a 40mm base, and it fits because I have one as a Black Templar's Tech Marine.
Yeah.
I converted one to a Tech Marine, and he fits on the 40mm base. Yeah, that is strange. So because it could just say cavalry models instead of saying.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. This should literally just say mounted.
Yeah,
mounted models that are not on a round base. You know what mounted model is on a round base? Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Well, not just Thunderwolf, but the ATV for the Atlan Jackals.
Yeah, that's true.
Which would be weird, right? Because
that means the ATV can move faster than everyone else.
Does it have a lower move than the rest of the squad?
No, it has the same.
No. Okay,
But
so
now it can move faster. It moves
Yeah.
faster if you need to turn.
That's so funny. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? It's that's more of an all-terrain vehicle than the dirt bikes.
Yeah, true. All right, listen, get out of here. Monster vehicle models that are not on a round base. Still feels silly that a Bloodthirster has to pivot, but you know,
Well, so the because Bloodthirst is it's slightly oval.
it's on an oval base, yeah.
So the
What? What is that? You got a dentist next door?
No, Jill, we got okay. So
Story time?
Jill and I got cats a couple weeks ago. I love them to death. They are my precious little boys. We got a pair of gray tabbies, Sora and High Reclusiarch Merrick Grimaldus. But secretly both their names are Glub. One of them
Glup
has
Primus
been
and Glup Secundus.
One of them has been defecating places he shouldn't.
Shitting.
Yeah. So he's been shitting in the bathtub and the sink.
He's so close. He's so close to the toilet.
Yeah, right.
He's right there.
By the way, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Did you know you could train a cat to shit in the toilet?
Yeah, I hate it. It makes me so uncomfortable.
So, anyways, we look, and I did my research because I have to look everything up. Like, if he does anything, either of them do anything weird, I get paranoid about it. Like, oh my god, are they okay? So I looked it up. Most likely, it's because they don't want to share a litter box. Is like what it means.
What a bunch of babies.
So Jill's like putting in another litter box. So that's what I'm assuming the vacuum's about. She probably spilled litter. Anyways, that's story time. But this morning they were absolute menaces.
I believe
so.
It.
I say they've done the business in the sink and the toilet. They haven't in a while. They did that like whichever one's doing it did it like once or twice. And then we started filling the bathtub with water, and that stopped him real quick because he doesn't want to go.
You just have stagnant water constantly in your bathtub?
Yeah, 2 inches of stagnant water constantly in my bathtub. It says to do it for like 2-3 weeks, and then he'll just stop entirely. So, because he'll just assume it's there. And both of them have now jumped in the bathtub with the water in there, and they've been real upset about it. So.
Maybe they're traumatized enough that
yeah, it's working out.
Do it anymore.
But last night I woke up at like 4 a.m. went to go use the bathroom, and sure enough, there was a present for me in the sink. And then I cleaned it. Whatever. I didn't really care because we already planned to get this new litter box. It was already on the way. And then this morning they figured out how to get on the kitchen counter. And like I know some people with cats. I don't want to name any names, but some people with cats, they don't care about their cat being on the kitchen counter. I am less.
Is it
fond
me?
Of it.
Is it my name?
It's you.
It's my name.
Yeah. It's you.
I care a lot. It bothers me a lot.
Oh, you don't like it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Rad. I'm glad I'm not alone.
That's not a me thing.
But like also, like we have at least one other mutual friend whose cat is on the counter. It's a cat named after a hobbit. If you know whose cat I'm referring to, whatever.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Cat's named after a hobbit. I assume the cat named after a Greek god also is on counters all the time.
I don't think she can reach counters.
But anyway, so like, and like we had dishes in the sink and stuff. So like, I wake up to go shower, and I just see Sora sitting there eating like a piece of dried pasta that was in a bowl in the sink. Like, what the fuck? So it was quite a morning, and then I got him off the counter and I went to go do the dishes. I called my work. I'm like, hey, I've got to be late. Like, I got to fix some things. And then like I turned around, and then a brand new bottle of beard oil I hear shatter on the floor of the bathroom because they're on the bathroom counter.
Look, it's not that it's a slow news week, it's just that we're easily distracted.
Yeah.
Sean and I both have severe ADHD. And
severe ADHD, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And my Vyvanse is just about wearing off at this point, so.
Listen, I started taking my Adderall at noon. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Which I'm also 3 hours behind you, so I guess if you took it at noon, it would now be wearing off. It's a slow news week for 40K. You want to talk about D&D? I've got news up my fucking.
Anyway, back to 40K. I'll talk about D&D. I just don't know anything about D&D. I've played a non-zero amount of D&D.
I think you. Not to throw shade on any other dungeon masters or other groups, but I think with the right group, with not 8 players,
I was having a great time in my group.
Oh, I'm sure your group is awesome people who I would literally move across the country to hang out with if I could. Hey, Big Guns Never Tire changed.
Big Guns Never Tire changed. So, as far as I can tell, the only thing this affects is the zoanthrope interaction. So, it used to be when you put that big ol' the big brain bug that came out with the Leviathan box. Forget what it was called. Mm-hmm. Neurotyrant. When you put that with the zoanthropes, it gave that unit the monster keyword, right? And so that let the zoanthropes use Big Guns Never Tire, but they didn't have to pay the penalty because they were not monster models. So they didn't have the hit penalty. All this does is now makes them pay the hit penalty. They now have the -1 to hit.
Okay, so they still have Big Guns Never Tire.
They still have Big Guns Never Tire. But that's now, because this used to say model and if that model. And so the only thing that took the hit penalty in that unit was the Neurotyrant.
Weird.
Now it's the whole unit.
Why not just make them not able to have
maybe it's an intended interaction.
I know, that's just so, like, that would be my first thought, would be to make them not have big guns.
Like, it's a buff, I just think of it as, like, it's a buff that the Neurotyrant gives them, right?
Sure.
I think that's fine.
That's fun.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But this definitely makes it better, them having to take the hit penalty.
Not to jump
You're jumping?
too far here. In what situation would...
Is this what you're talking
Torrent...
about?
Yeah, in what situation would this...
Again, this is fixes one thing. This fixes one interaction. Grey Knights. It was Grey Knights Purgation Squad, right? I already had the datasheet pulled up because I knew we were going to talk about this. So, Incinerator, you give them Incinerators that have Torrent, because they're Flamers.
Okay.
They can use this ability in their shooting phase to fire with indirect fire. And so this fixes, you can't use the Incinerator and also indirect with the Incinerator.
But that would still be indirect within 12 inches, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I just don't see how that's like that big of a... I mean, obviously it was a problem.
What do you mean
otherwise
indirect within 12 inches?
Well, because like the Incinerator's still only 12 inches.
Yeah. So it would just like let them sit behind a wall, like a ruin, and shoot something. Because they can uppy downy, right? So they can get in advantageous spots like that.
Oh, and I guess it auto hits, so it doesn't matter. Like the
they don't take the penalty to hit roll. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Rad.
Yeah.
We should do all the rules updates like this, where I have to ask questions because you guys know the game better than me.
And I explain. All right, this fixes this one corner case. So yeah, that's what that fixed. This fixes Purgation Squads. This fixes Zoanthropes. Cool. maybe there's more interactions.
That is so funny.
Maybe there's like more interactions that I don't know about, but like that's the only things that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't think of a single case where something would have indirect and
Torrent. Indirect and Torrent, or like have Big Guns Never Tire, but not be a
It's
monster
not a
model.
vehicle or monster. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like the only two cases I could think of. So, Zoanthropes, Purgation Squad. Grey Knights were too good, baby. Scouts. I didn't really read through this yet, so the exception. Oh, this just lets them
Move
okay.
farther than their move.
Is
So if something has
there?
Scout 7, so if something has, for example, Scout 7, but it only has a 6-inch move, they can still Scout 7.
I'm trying to think of
Kin
like what.
Pioneers?
It's either Pioneers or Jaegers. I'm trying to think of like what this would apply to. So 6-inch move. They don't scout.
They have infiltrators.
Pioneers 12-inch move. Scout 9. What has scout that's longer than its move?
How weird.
Is it a Tyranid thing? What in Tyranids can scout?
You know what? Hey, guys, don't worry while we go through all 30 Tyranid data sheets.
I'm just trying to think. I wish there was a way to like see what things have
by
the scouts
scout, yeah.
keyword. Scout squad. Wow, crazy. Sentinels? Move 10, scout 9. Okay. Can you give scouts
Can you
to something
give
somehow?
can like Vanguard Space Marines give something Scout, or
I bet that's it. Cause
like you can give Centurions Scout and Centurions
and they only move 4
5,
inches.
4, yeah.
All right, let's find out. Let's learn together. Space Marines.
Vanguard.
We are Vanguard Spearhead.
Enhancements.
Let's look for scouts. Nope. They're not anything. I thought you could scout stuff with the. Oh no, it lets you infiltrate stuff, right?
You can infiltrate for sure, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess there's like nothing to do with scouts in the Vanguard detachment.
Weird, wild. I'm sure that's what it is, though, right? Like I'm sure
That's definitely what it is. There's something out there that like
some enhancement
scouts...
or character that can give a scout ability.
Wait, can you search by? Did we just learn something together?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you can, but
Scouts. Nope. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. That's it. Okay. We can just go through every faction and just control F scouts on their datasheet page. Drukhari? This seems like it could be a Drukhari thing.
Yeah, but they only have 2 detachments. I feel like that would have been fixed earlier if that's the case.
Datasheet.
Tau Pathfinders.
Did Tau get nerfed? Because Tau was too good? Move 7, Scout 7. Nope. What the fuck? What scouts? I don't even know. There's got to be something out there. Somebody probably knows. Somebody will comment it. But I don't have any clue what it could possibly be.
Hey, listen, if you know more about scout units in Warhammer 40k, let us know in the comments.
Most of the time that I have a unit that has scouts, I forget about it. So
yeah, or I've put a leader in there that can't scout.
They give Devilfish Scout?
They gave right? Like
oh wait, do Pathfinders Pathfinders give something scout?
No, I checked that already. I was looking for that.
What if it applies to the Devilfish unit? Oh, because the Devilfish is a transport. Duh. Wait, but that doesn't... It moves 12
Hold on.
inches.
Check the next line of the rules document.
What?
The next line of the rules document.
Use or scouts... Blah, 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 blah.
There you go.
Regardless of... the ability that unit starts the battle, embarked within that dedicated transport has... Yeah, this is... I don't know why this is highlighted red. This has always been a rule.
Hmm.
Yeah, Scouts always like was transferred to dedicated transport.
I didn't know that. Sodgrog Wart
Zodgrot.
Saga?
Grots. It's Grots.
What did Grotz move?
5, I think.
Yeah, models
Scouts
in the team have Scout
9.
9.
It's Zodgrod.
Rad.
Grots moves 6, okay. But yeah, so this gives them Scouts 9.
Casey, you get our gold scar for the.
Thank you.
Cheers to you, Casey.
Rad. Orcs were doing too good. They needed to be nerfed. Orcs weren't doing good.
I don't think that's true.
Orcs are not doing good. I'm taking orcs to an RTT next weekend. So that'll be fun. Rad.
Are you taking Secret Tech to
Am I taking Secret Tech?
To the narrative? Have we decided?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
I want you to take Secret Tech. That's fucking.
I don't know what you mean by Secret Tech. I've had like so many different conversations about what I'm taking to the narrative, so I don't know what Secret Tech means. We'll talk about it later.
Agents of the Imperium.
Oh, that. I'm sure somebody else has figured that out. There's no way there's no way that I'm the only person that
about it. Someone would have talked about it.
Surely. All right, we'll talk about it later.
That's a future video.
Surely somebody has thought about this. It can't just be me. If the stratum is used in the command phase, it does not explicitly state that it is used in the battle shock step or at the end of the command phase. It's always used in the command step. Yes.
Whatever.
I don't remember that ever coming up in any of my games, but maybe. If a stratagem targets both one or more... Okay, yeah. So if you're targeting multiple units, you can still modify the CP cost. Transport! Oh my god. I didn't even see this. I didn't see this page.
Which, you know what? That modifying CP cost did matter for Death Watch.
For multiple units.
Still an army. Yeah.
RIP! They're still an army for now.
For now.
I
mean, I was talking to Ryan about this. Like, I'll probably still run Index Death Watch.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Like, yeah.
I'll play against Index Death Watch.
Oh, I know.
I mean, they might, when they release the Codex, be like, and you can still play Index Death Watch.
Well, I think, so I don't know that, we talked about this a little last week. I don't know that they're going to do that in the Codex, but I think they might, like, do that after the fact, the same way they did with Drukhari.
Like on a White Dwarf.
Right? Yeah, they might say like, "Hey, you know what? We understand some of you want to do this." So
I was really hoping we were gonna get more like weird detachments and White Dwarfs and stuff, but we haven't.
Yeah, it is kind of strange, or weird combat patrols, anything like
this is like perfectly set up for that, and they haven't done it.
Well, and it feels like in past editions they've done a lot more with White Dwarf than they are currently.
Yeah, they did like armies of renown and shit and White Dwarfs.
Yeah, so
you got crazy stuff like the Torchbearers and shit.
Yeah, which granted some of that like came later in the edition, but like. They haven't done anything.
I mean, we're over a year into the edition at this point, so...
Is this... you know what? Hey, we're going to make a thumbnail. We're going to give James some red eyes. We're going to say, is this the end of White Dwarf? It's our new thumbnail.
Next episode of Slam Sector After Dark. When a transport is destroyed, you have to disembark before rolling for mortal wounds. Yes, we've been doing that, technically. Who decided? When did this ever come up? When a transport with multiple units embarked is destroyed, who decides the order in which those units disembark? Was somebody like disembarking their shit, and the opponent was like, actually, I get to tell you when your shit disembarks.
How wild! And like that's such a corner case. Like that only applies to like what Land Raiders and like. Forge World transports? Does anyone else have like transports that fucking matters to?
Yeah, I mean orcs.
I
mean any transport could have multiple units in it.
Sure, I guess yeah. If you've got like someone with a 6 capacity, you can have a 5-man and a lone op or something like
battle wagon, trucks, like pretty much any transport that exists, even rhinos.
Yeah, you can have 2 5-mans and a rhino. That's fair.
Or 2 3-mans.
Yeah.
Of what? I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening
Blade
that
Guard?
often, right?
2 3-man squads of Blade Guard and a
Blade
repulsor?
Guards. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say Blade Guards cannot go in Rhinos.
Well, a repulsor is just a Primaris Rhino.
Repulsor is Primaris Land Raider.
Impulsor, sorry. Got him backwards.
Yeah, Impulsor.
Got him backwards.
Understandable.
Yeah, weird. Definitely weird that had to be ruled on at all. That's truly bizarre that somebody's opponent was like, actually, I get to tell you when to disembark your shit. Incredibly stupid.
I mean, look at the type of people that like.
Yeah, there you go. Death Jester and Fire Dragons. Yeah.
There's a lot of like Warhammer players that are not, sane people.
Me.
So. Yeah, but you're not an asshole.
Sometimes.
Jordan, you've never been an asshole.
What is the points value of the half that's split for the unit of placing it into reserves? Have the points value of the original unit. Huh. Weird. Never even thought about doing that, but yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Can you fire Overwatch with a unit that disembarked? Yeah, sure. Great.
To shoot against a unit that just disembarked.
Oh.
You can't. To disembark. Well, no. That's not true. I'm trying to. I don't know if there's an instance where you. I'm thinking. All right, so Adelan Jackals. Okay. Adelan Jackals have a thing where you move them, and whatever they move near, you can deal a bunch of mortal wounds to them.
Sure.
And so you move them, you deal a bunch of mortal wounds to an enemy transport, it blows up that transport, the thing gets out of it, now that thing can not use Overwatch because it's battle shocked because it came out of a transport. So yeah.
Okay.
That'll never come up. That has nothing to do with this question, but the way that you parsed it made me curious. Yeah.
The way I misspoke,
when you disembark from a destroyed transport, you're battle shocked, so you can't do shit. Yeah, this is just like in the core rules, so that's an interesting question. That's
don't
just
understand why it's like
that's
like,
just in the rules. Do units in reserves meet the requirements for being eligible to shoot? What?
I want to know where that corner case matters.
No. Hold on. A unit has to be eligible to shoot has to have an eligible target in range.
Well, to be selected to shoot, it doesn't mean it's not so it's still eligible to shoot. It just can't be selected to shoot.
Oh, okay. Right, so it can still. Well, I guess they changed the way actions work, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm sure that has to do with some stratagem that says select a model, like select a unit that is eligible.
Or it might be crusade shit, right?
Oh, fair.
Strat to disembark in Flamestorm detachment. There you go! Alright, there is a case where that can happen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess there's a couple things that maybe let you disembark. Oh, no, there's a couple things that let you re-embark. I think Flamestorm's probably the only thing that has a disembark. That's right, because that like lets you effectively disembark a fucking like dreadnought out of the Thunderhawk. In your opponent's turn.
That's really funny.
We read through all that. Cool. Wait, what is this? During a turn in which such a large model is set up on the... I love that. During a turn in which such a large model... Such a large model.
Boy.
Such a large model.
Such a big boy. I feel like I need Meat Canyon to say that sentence.
I wish I had that man's voice. Rules commentary.
Jordan, if you
I didn't know this was in here. Neat.
I was just gonna say that I'm sure we can work you towards that voice if we a regimen of like 2 packs a day.
I used to be pretty
You
close
know.
to that
Yeah, I know. Me too.
back in the day. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. I have a feeling it's responsible for a lot of my health complications these days.
It's
Did nothing
wild.
else change here? Oh, there's
Couldn't
some
imagine.
red. Oh, yeah! For the purposes of visibility into or through a ruin, visibility to and from such a model that overhangs its base is only determined by its base and parts of the model that do not overhang its base. So you remember?
Love.
Did you
I
watch?
love this rule.
Did you watch that Dark Angels game that I played against
Yeah, yeah,
Elliot?
yeah, yeah.
And the only reason he was able to shoot the lion was because he could like stick his gun into a ruin with the big knight. Can't
Yeah.
do that anymore.
I love this rule.
Can't do that
I love
anymore.
this rule.
This is how it should have been the whole time.
Well, and
And
like more importantly, for
honestly,
stuff like
this should apply to like also being behind a ruin, right? Instead of just into or through, it should also be behind.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Ruin rules have become so like abstracted in 40k that it's so like from where I started to where it is now, like they're so much more abstracted than they ever were.
Yeah. Models not within ruins. Blah 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 blah. Does that apply to being behind a ruin? Into or through a ruin?
Yeah, I guess it does.
So if you
Through
have
a ruin.
something that's like sticking its gun out from behind a ruin, you can't shoot that anymore. If I'm reading that correctly. Right?
Well, for vehicles, it only applies to vehicles.
No, for all other models. Oh, shit.
Oh, do we have it backwards?
No, this wouldn't have helped me with that night thing.
We have it
Because
backwards. Great.
specifically vehicles don't do that. Right? Every part of a model... Oh, towering... How does this interact with towering? This is like a totally separate clause from this. This is like its own thing. From such a model that overhangs its base, it's determined... Huh? So, hold on.
I don't think this applies to towering.
I need to read the towering rule. Damn it! Where is it? Oh, is it part of the... It's part of the ruin rules, isn't it? Towering models that are within this terrain feature can also see out of it normally. For the purposes of visibility into or through a ruin, to and from such a model overhangs its base is only determined by... Okay. So from my reading of this, the way that this interacts with towering, and maybe I'm wrong, somebody will fucking tell me if I'm wrong. The way that this interacts with towering is now you can't just stick a part of the knight, like, in a building, right? You have to stick part of its base in the building.
Sure. Makes sense to me.
That's my reading of it. Maybe somebody will tell me that I'm wrong.
No, that makes sense. That's why I like that's if that's the case,
Yeah.
I like this rules change.
And I guess you also can't, like, just stick an arm out and be able to shoot from behind a corner. You have to, like, actually stick part of your base out.
You gotta stick the base out.
Interesting. I might have to do some, like, get other people's takes on this. Because this is, like, worded confusingly.
I'm sure Auspex broke this down in a way that
into or through is the part that confuses me.
Because, like, around might be different, I guess.
Right. This, like, it doesn't say anything about, like, being behind, but I would think that that would apply to through. But like they
I don't
don't
know.
use that anywhere else in the rest of the ruins rules, so I don't. Ah! Weird. Okay, yeah, I'll get some other takes on that. But that's kind of my initial reading of that.
That tracks with how I read it. So
Cool, that was it.
cool.
Tournament companion. Probably just gonna gloss over this because I actually don't like using this. It's kind of stupid.
We don't. Yeah,
It's so dumb to like have a separate document for tournament play as opposed to match
Right.
play. It's like beyond stupid to have like a separate set of rules for that.
Well, and like I feel like aside from the like standing on objectives things, like we don't really use this.
Well, they took that out of the core rules anyway. I think they like FAQ'd that out of the core rules.
Oh, did they?
I
Good.
think so.
I mean, I like it. I know, but I know like generally most people don't. So
Yeah, they really needed a diagram for that change, for sure. One or more enemy character models were destroyed this turn. Oh! I think we've been playing it like that anyway.
yeah.
Has that come up? I feel like that's how I would have played it anyway. But I guess technically that's not how it works.
Or wasn't
Cola
how it
Horde.
worked.
I don't give a shit about Cola Horde. It's such a bad secondary. Hidden supplies. There's roll off and select which corner of the. How was it? Oh. Huh? Silly. Okay, I guess they fixed another weird edge case.
I mean, that's what most of this shit is, right? Is that like all these are always just edge cases.
Blah, blah, blah. Burden of trust. How many times can each player score VP regarding an objective market they control? Player going first can score VP regarding an objective market they control at the end of their opponent's second. Oh, you can't score Burden of Trust on the first turn anymore. Wait. Wait, so this gives the player going first just like a distinct advantage. The player going first can score VP for guarding at the end of their opponent's second, third, fourth, and fifth turn. The player going second can score for each objective market they control at the end of their opponent's third, fourth, and fifth turn. So the player going first is just a whole other turn of scoring? Is that what I'm reading?
I don't know. It's a little blurry on my end. Let's see. At the end of their opponent's second, third, fourth, and fifth turn. Yeah, they get an extra round of score. That's exactly what that says. You're right. That's exactly what that says. That's wild.
Truly bizarre shit. Okay.
Why would that be like that?
Fuck if I know.
Like, I wholeheartedly don't understand why you wouldn't just like, if someone calls that out, you wouldn't go like, oh yeah, we didn't intend to do that, let's fix it, right? Like,
Yeah, that's very weird. Okay. Doesn't look like
maybe
anything else changed
strategically
there.
there's a reason why it doesn't like actually work out that way, but like I don't know. That's so
Maybe
weird.
there's something I'm missing. That wouldn't surprise me at all. That's like my reading of that, and I don't like that reading of it.
Well,
But yeah, that's kind of like all the big changes that we got in 40K this week. Was there any other like big news?
for 40K we got Blood Angels, but like
Blood Angels, that was big news. New Lamarties. We talked about that a little bit on Monday.
yeah, I'm kind of curious about what data sheets are getting cut. And like that's what I was trying to figure out on Monday when we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
because how many data sheets are they down now? Are they down 2?
No, they're down more than that because they said they gave us a number of how many data sheets were in um, the
18,
codex.
18 data sheets in the codex.
Yeah, and they have 19 currently.
So they're only losing 1.
No, because they're gaining at least one data sheet, if not at least 2 data sheets. Because Death Company with Jump Pack is a data sheet that they don't currently have. I should say Death Company Intercessors with Jump Pack.
I mean, I think all Death Company are just getting rolled into one data sheet. Like Death Company with Jump Pack, Death Company without Jump Pack.
Well, but that's still them losing data sheets, right? Because currently they have Death Company,
Yeah.
Death Company Marines, Death Company Intercessors, Death Company Marines with Jump Pack. So even if we subtract Marines and Marines with Jump Pack, they end up with 2 instead of 3. So that's 2 data sheets they're losing. So that could answer for all of that, but we also know they're getting Death Company Dreads.
Which that might be another thing where like Death Company Dreadnought becomes just like one data sheet.
One data sheet. Yeah, Matt was saying that like
but that's like a net 0 basically.
It means they still have to lose one more data sheet for that to work out. So maybe that's Typho, because isn't there 1 or 2 characters that like we'll probably won't see ya?
Yeah, Tycho's old as fuck will probably go. Let me see what data sheets they currently have.
It's the one that Matt was talking about recently about having a weird like shoot a whole bunch of extra times ability. I think.
Space Marines. Wahapedia so slow ever since they added those fucking ads. I get it though. Gotta get that bag. Asterat Brother Corbulo?
What Plus he's dead in the lore. Is that a current data sheet, Brother Corbulo?
Yep.
No.
I hope they don't lose Gabriel Seth. That would kind of suck.
Is he the Flesh Terrors guy?
Yeah.
I don't think they'd lose him. If we kept fucking Pedro Cantor, we're gonna keep Gabriel Seth.
Did we keep Pedro Cantor?
Mm-hmm.
Is he in the Space Marines Codex?
Yeah. Because a lot of Death Watch players were talking about using him with the new stuff.
Brother Corbulo. I feel no pain. +1 attacks in melee. Seems kind of cool. Yeah, I've never even heard of this guy. I mean, maybe I have, but
oh, I've seen this model.
I don't think I've ever seen this model.
Yeah. I've seen this model. The like medic with the cup.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's just an apothecary, kind of.
Yeah. It is kind of a bummer that current apothecaries can't use chainswords.
Yeah, just give him a chainsword. Who cares?
No, I know, but like it would have been cool if they like they did with the chaplain, where they kind of rolled them all together. If they just like rolled that together and let you take a chainsword on a apothecary still. Just to make your old firstborn apothecary still easily usable. But like, yeah, I agree. Who cares if they have a chainsword? So yeah, I bet this guy's going. If this guy doesn't go now, he'll go later.
Sanguinary Priest. That's the word I was looking for.
Is that gone?
Brother Corbulo's gone. No. That's what Brother Corbulo is. Yeah, Matt plays Blood Angels. I don't think I've ever heard of or seen Brother Corbulo.
I've seen the model. Because like to me, it's like pretty iconic Blood Angels, but like I didn't know it was a unique model. I thought it was just like Blood Angels apothecary.
Oh wait, that's just like confirmed right here. Hold on. Death Company Marines with jump packs. Yeah, it's just like confirmed that they're getting rolled into one data sheet.
Oh, okay. But that does mean though that we're losing
You're effectively losing those two data sheets
one Death
between.
Company data sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, you're losing your net minus one Death Company data sheet.
Because currently there's 3 Death Company data sheets. There's Death Company Intercessors.
Death Company with Jump Pack, Death Company Intercessors, yeah.
Yeah.
Now Death Company Marines, and then Marines with Jump Pack, so you just have 2. So you're down
Yeah.
one data sheet there.
Well, that's the name. So that's the name of the current Death Company with Jump Pack is Death Company Marines with Jump Pack.
Yeah, but that's like the intercessors on it.
Right. No, I know. But so effectively, because effectively you're really losing that unit though, because I mean I guess they could give them like
You're losing Death Company intercessors. That's the data sheet
yeah
you're losing.
yeah. But like realistically, right? Like so they could give them the like Death Company weapons, ability rather than because current Death Company with Jump Pack can take fun weapons,
No more
and
Thunder
these guys
Hammers.
won't. Yeah, Thunder Hammers, chain fist, power fists, lightning claws, whatever. Right,
I
and
don't.
now they're going to be limited to
Did
chain
they
swords.
are? Has it been confirmed somewhere that they're like losing Thunder Hammers, or is that people just dooming?
It's people just doing, but like also like
I mean, I guess
the
because there isn't a Thunder Hammer in the Death Company
Mhm.
Intercessor box.
Right. So
Is
like
there
I would
not?
see no,
Is
no
it
in
not
the
just an Intercessor box with an upgrade sprue?
for the jump. Oh, for the Death Company intercessors.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't regular Intercessors come with a Thunder Hammer?
Well, it would be assault intercessors, right?
Maybe. I don't.
Regular intercessors do
Am
not.
I just thinking of
Regular
fucking.
intercessors do not come with a thunder hammer, but they can equip a thunder hammer because the Salamander's upgrade sprue has a thunder hammer.
Yeah, because my like Space
But
Wolves.
there is no thunder hammer in that box though.
Okay. So it's just
Like
on
for it's on the
the
Salamander's
assault
upgrade sprue.
intercessor
I don't
that they
even know
have
if the
one.
assault. I've never built the assault intercessor box. I've only built the
Thanks, GW.
I've only built the easy to build kit.
Thanks, GW.
Gives a refresh the page. So that one does have a thunder hammer. Okay. But currently they can all equip thunder hammers. So the question is, will just the sergeant be able to? So like the Death
Yeah,
Company intercessor sergeant will be able to equip a thunder hammer then. But can
but
they
they can't
all equip a
all.
thunder hammer? Yeah.
I don't. I mean, if they're sticking to their philosophy of only what's in the box, then probably
Mm-hmm.
they're probably losing them.
But there's an eviscerator. There's an eviscerator on that upgrade sprue though.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know if that's going to get its own rules or if it's just a chainsword.
It'll get its own rules. Eviscerators like have their own profile.
But that's our first time seeing an eviscerator for Primaris. So I don't know.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I guess it's just called a relic chainsword here, but it's
Yeah.
3 attacks, 2 up, 4/1/2. It's an eviscerator.
Just because it has 2 damage.
No, I mean it literally is an eviscerator, like on the model.
No, right, but I mean, like, what stat line wise makes it an eviscerator? It's just the 2 damage.
Oh yeah,
Well, I guess that's the relic, right? Relic makes it 2 damage.
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Extra attacks
Who
is
knows?
that
No, that's all chainswords
all
have extra
chainswords have
attacks.
extra attacks?
Well,
I haven't used
so
anything with a
actually,
chainsword
that's
in a
not
long
right.
time.
Extra attacks is so the way that model works. The power fist is its primary melee weapon, and then it can do extra attacks with whatever the secondary melee weapon is.
Yeah. I feel like there was something that came out kind of recently that was Primaris and had
We had an
an
eviscerator.
eviscerator. Oh, does fucking
I mean, if anything, it would have been your shit, right? It would have been Dark Angels.
no, it would be Space Wolves.
They haven't had a model come out in a while.
Frostfang, Ragnar Blackmane.
Is that an eviscerator? Yeah, sure. But I mean, it's not like I'm talking about an eviscerator for like Van Vets have an eviscerator, or
I bet if we just search eviscerator, something will come up.
right, like Van Vets have an eviscerator, or
Aha!
Berserkers.
Exalted 8-bound.
Well, yeah, but
8-bound eviscerator. Get fucked.
Well, no, but that's what I was thinking.
Does the captain with jump pack? Does the captain with jump pack? Have?
It'll have a relic chainsword.
You have a relic chainsword. Relic weapon. It's not even relic chainsword, but it's strength 5, baby.
They have a Stardy's chainsword.
Stop! Don't look at that. Relic weapon.
Okay.
Stop! Don't look at that. Relic weapon. I actually don't know if that thing does that thing come with an eviscerator.
No, it's just
no, it's just a normal chainsword.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if it had an eviscerator.
Sure, and like the existence of this on that upgrade sprue is actually pretty cool for like modeling purposes, right?
Yeah.
Like I would totally give like one of my sword brethren that eviscerator.
How do you spell Canoness? Holy eviscerator! This is what I was thinking of, was the Canoness.
Okay.
So not
Canoness
Primaris.
Right.
Not Primaris, but still, we're still giving things eviscerators. There's proof that we're still giving things eviscerators.
That has the eviscerator the way that the corn stuff does the eviscerator, where you put one hand on the back of the blade.
Well, it has like another handle on it.
Right. Which is how a lot of the corn stuff is like that, I think.
It's all like glaives, basically.
Yeah.
On the 8-bound. But they use them one-handed because they're just fucking rad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. I mean, they're massive. It's one of the reasons why I don't think Khorne will get there. I don't think
the Berserkers use theirs just normally.
They have a normal eviscerator, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Cornate eviscerator.
What do you call their Terminators?
I would like to call them Red Butchers, but currently they're just World Eaters Terminators.
World Eaters Terminators. I keep thinking that they're not going to ever get Red Butchers because the 8-bound
Shut the fuck up! 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 Shut the fuck up!
Hey, I'd love them to get some Red Butchers.
I think we're going to get Red Butchers. Because they don't fill the same role as Terminators. Terminators are an anvil. 8-bound are a hammer. Gabriel Seth has one.
Yeah, but aren't Assault Terminators a hammer?
But he's not. Aren't what?
I kind of think of Assault Terminators as a hammer, and regular Terminators as an anvil.
No, they have shields. They're anvils.
Okay, all right. But they kill anything they touch.
Deathwing Knights, anvil.
I don't know. Deathwing Knights are pretty nuts right now.
both hammer and anvil.
Yeah, that's fair. I hope we get Sword Brethren Terminators for Templars.
I mean, the big reason Deathwing Knights are insane right now is because they don't die.
Well, they don't die, but also like their
damage output got nerfed.
Got nerfed? Didn't it get upped though recently in the last?
They gained anti-monster and anti-vehicle on the maces, and gained. Didn't they get
+1 damage on the power swords?
I think they got AP. I've never used the swords.
No, why would you?
If only there was a place we could look.
Yeah, the Warhammer 40,000 app. Guys, this episode of Slam Says
this lets me look at the
sponsored.
Man, I just gotta say, on the subject of the app, I'm wildly disappointed by the Age of Sigmar app. I might do a whole episode about how much I hate the Age of Sigmar app.
Is it because it's just the same thing?
It's not, though. It's like worse. I did a test because I was just curious. I want to see how long it would take me to get from like the main page of the app to like seeing one of my character's abilities like in a list. And it took me something like 7 clicks to get there. And I was like, that's too much.
Oh.
Like, because you're having to go through like hamburger menus inside of hamburger menus and shit. Like so many fucking accordions and drawers and Ugh!
Oh, no.
It's a UX nightmare. It's awful.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Um,
Because like I can't imagine cities is any better with like the way that army's built.
oh, the swords did get an extra damage. These ones got AP, the inner circle companions.
Got it. Okay.
This one did get extra damage. Yeah, so then the trade-off became, do you want anti-monster or an extra attack?
Or plus extra attack. Okay. Cool.
Which, I mean, I guess this is like, you're effectively getting an extra 4 attacks out of this for the whole unit. So, technically better at horde clearing. I don't know if, I think I would pretty much in every case rather have anti-monster vehicle.
Yeah, with how you're going to use Terminators, I think so too. Yeah. Like the typical use case for Terminators.
Because I'm not wanting to clear chaff with them because they're just sitting in the middle of the board and holding objectives for me. So
yeah, and like they're gonna either way, they're gonna kill whatever chaff comes to them, or just
probably or they don't, and the chaff just sits there and everybody's roadblocked,
right, and can't kill them.
And who gives a shit?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What's going on Monday, Jordan?
So we're talking about Admech versus Necrons. Part of me wants to play my RTT Orcs list.
Okay.
But I might save that for next Monday.
But there is a slam sector on Monday.
There is a slam sector on Monday.
Okay. I just gotta check.
RTT is on the 10th. I want to get practice. I'll probably play it this upcoming Monday.
Because like last time, most of the boys were out of town. Most of the boys are out of town this weekend.
Just this weekend.
Yeah, but last time we did this, there was no slam sector.
Well, the biggest problem was I was also out of town that weekend.
Okay.
I'm not out of town this weekend.
Sure. Fair.
I got to build everything for the stream.
Fair.
I do that. So yeah. I mean, Elliot and Ryan both agreed to it, so if they don't, they don't. I guess I'm playing Horde mode solo.
If they don't, you've got Zach Ab.
I guess I'm playing Horde mode solo. He doesn't have a full Tau army yet. Because they keep dropping the points on him. He's like, he keeps getting to like 2,000 points, and then the points get dropped lower. And he's like, I can't keep up! Because it's a lot. I want to get Tau back on the channel. Maybe we just play a lower points game.
Ashton can bring his...
Ashton's out of town. Wait, Zach's probably also out of town.
Yeah, he is. Everyone but you and I. Yeah.
Well, you're out of town because you just live in a different state.
Great. Yeah, you and I couldn't make it to the festivities this weekend, so we're here. Everyone else gets to go have fun.
Yup. Because I gotta go.
You know when there's not a slam sector is the first week of August or first week of September. There's no slam sector.
What? Why?
No one will be alive that week. That Monday.
I will be. I'll be fine. Although I'll be coming. We'll see. We'll see what happens the Saturday before that.
Yeah, not if I have anything.
But I think I'll be good.
What's the Saturday before that?
College football, baby.
Oh,
go Dogs, baby.
I was talking about Dragon Con.
I know what you were talking about.
Okay. Do you have to work during Dragon Con?
I don't have to. I might want to.
Got it.
Get Alex back for Star Wars Legion.
I mean,
Alex is also out of town. Alex is the mastermind behind the out-of-townness.
Not only is Alex out of town, but Alex has a house guest on Monday in the form of my fiance. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jill's gonna be in.
Maybe I did know that.
Town. Yeah. So. I told you why.
Well, this is a different conversation for not.
Yeah, sure. But Jill will be in town Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
So.
The 19th, the 12th, we'll see. I might want to do Horde mode again on the 12th. If like 1.0 fully drops by then.
Cool.
19th and maybe the 26th, but we'll see. The 19th, there definitely won't be a stream.
There's no After Dark on the week of the 26th.
On the week of the 26th? Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Or if we do, no, hold on. There might be an After Dark live.
And After Dark, After Dark.
Yeah. We might do an After Dark live from the hotel room.
Yeah.
Because all of the Slammies are staying in a hotel room together.
All of us?
Except Elliot.
Oh. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, I think we covered a lot. And we talked about putting the shit in Glup Shitto. And yeah, I don't even. Did you notice that I changed the title to that?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I appreciated it. Isn't this what After Dark's supposed to be though? Like sometimes we're too, sometimes we focus too much on like the actual news.
If you think our normal streams are unhinged,
yeah,
After Dark, we just like go off on wild tangents sometimes, and that's what we do.
I mean, that's why I brought my Kuatoa head.
Your what?
Kuatoa.
I brought. I don't have anything.
Look, Jordan, if you want to find out what a Kuatoa is, you can check out Rookies and Rulebooks tomorrow.
Oh my god!
For my video just dissecting the Ancient Green Dragon and Kuatoa stat block.
What did you just call me?
Kuatoa, Jordan, you would love Kuatoa. Kuatoa are Warhammer.
No, I gotta watch your video.
Okay, well, but I'm not going to say this in the video because it's a thing. It's a thing very specific to you.
Oh, okay.
They're Warhammer 40,000 orcs.
Okay, sold.
Mixed with Murlocs.
Okay, sold. Yep. Yeah.
But instead of imagining technology works, they just imagine a bunch of gods into existence.
Okay. Yeah. Rad. Cool. Yep. I'm in.
Yeah, I know you are.
You've sold me. Yeah, there's a link. There's a link to Rookie's Rulebooks right there. Go check it out.
Yeah, I gotta that way I have to force myself to finish the video tonight.
Blip it and rip it in the garage. Hell yeah. Later, bud. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna sign off too. We're also gonna blip it and rip it. So
I'd like to turn on my air conditioner.
Yeah, me too. It's getting really hot in here. So with that, good night, chat. We're gonna go cool off. That was a long stream. Oh my god.